Oh, we're going to go? All right. All right. Okay, welcome to our next panel. Oh my gosh, hold on. Creating empathetic brand experiences in health and wellness. So I want you folks to introduce yourselves. I met you guys last year. I met you just like 4 hours ago, which feels like 2 years ago. But you're brand new in my brain. But why don't you go down this way?
This way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Hello, my name is Shay. I am the founder of Advanced eClinical, a healthcare education company, as well as Externy, which is a clinical placement software. Happy to be here.
Hi, I'm Shab, also founder of ACT and Externy. Thanks for having us.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess Markwood. I'm the COO of The Fifth. So we're a social creative agency and we work with a variety of different health and wellness brands.
Hi everybody, I'm Jade Kearney. I'm the CEO and co-founder of She Matters. We're a digital platform designed to support Black women during their postpartum period.
Okay. So Jade, I think your idea was particularly interesting. I learned all about it today. But I think it's almost a definition of being empathetic in terms of how the company runs. Why don't we go down the line and discuss what that means to be an empathetic brand, and why the rest of the industry isn't empathetic, right?
I think to be an empathetic brand, you have to have some relationship to your company, to what you're doing, and to the impact that you're creating. Without that, I don't think you can empathize with the consumer, with your customer. It's extremely, extremely difficult. You also have to be genuine, right? You have to be genuine in everything that you do, from the impact you're creating to the products that you're delivering to what comes out of your mouth. And I think with social impact ventures, that's different than others. Like, we have to be genuine because people can see through the fakeness. You're literally speaking to a person's pain, a person's suffering, a person's joy, and that's different than other things. We aren't selling calculators, you know?
And when does it not work? What did you guys do specifically to avoid that lack of empathy?
I believe we keep our team reflective of our customer base. We created a team that believes in what we're doing. So people are here at She Matters to see change. They're here with us to be involved in what we're doing and to create impact. And I think that makes a difference.
Same question to me. So specifically, I can talk to one of our clients, Curaleaf. They're a medical cannabis brand. And literally just a couple of days ago during IWD, we launched a campaign with them around addressing the gender pain gap. I think it's probably similar along kind of similar lines to lots of the things that you're speaking about. The issue that women experience with experiencing pain, and how it's often misdiagnosed, mistreated, it's not taken seriously, which leads to women not being able to speak up for themselves, not feeling empowered, and not necessarily being, thank you, not necessarily being treated fairly at work and things like that. So it affects us as women in every capacity of our lives. And it was something that we recognized as strategists working with the medical cannabis company. We needed to address the fact that chronic pain was an issue. It's certainly an issue for women. And so we launched a whole campaign around it. It's literally just gone live. We worked with a bunch of creators, interviewing people on the street. And it's amazing the reaction that women have had, literally just going up to them and asking them, you know, like, what's your personal experience with pain? And have you ever considered, talking about it, addressing it at work? And the stories that people were willing to share and reveal, if you give them that empathy and you give them that space and that freedom to be able to speak, it's quite powerful. But often it's forgotten and we feel that we suppress it.
That's wonderful. Thank you. So for us at ACT, we really make a concerted effort to resonate and understand the emotions, needs, and challenges of our students and industry partners. So how we do that is we really put ourselves in their shoes to really get a deeper understanding of their pain points. And then we're able to really curate and develop solutions that really combat those challenges. And I believe that this approach is really critical, not only for building lasting relationships, but really driving innovation and improvement within our outcomes. So I really think that empathizing with the people that we serve and really understanding their challenges is so critical to building empathetic brands.
I feel like test. Yeah, I feel like there might be some best practices here that are applicable to everybody in terms of building a startup or a business that's specifically empathetic, not just in medicine. What are some of the, I guess, tricks that you guys learned? We talked earlier about you focusing on just people who were sitting behind the computer all during COVID and talking to them, right?
Absolutely. I think, and like I said this earlier, is know your customer. Like, you have to know the people that you serve. You have to know what they want. You have to know what they need, because what you're selling might not be what they need. So again, like I said before, you have to fall in love with solving the problem and not your way of solving it, right? I think that's extremely important. I just want to note something. Empathetic brands, and we're all women. There are no men empathetic in branding. I just wanted to point that out.
Sorry,
No, go ahead.
It's so true. I think you have to have empathy, right, with understanding a customer and an audience. It's a huge part of how we approach things at the Fifth. We think about community first. And I recognize the fact that we run an agency. There's like 50 of us in total across 2 offices. We can't speak and represent every single community out there. So we recognize that. So we take on people, we invite creators in to act as consultants when we're working on specific campaigns to get their point of view. We see them as like super consumers, shall I say, in the sense that they represent a whole wealth of people behind them. That's their audience. And they can talk to that audience and talk about what their community experiences personally. And we use those guys as our consultants, if you like, to help really learn and empathize with what their issues are or what their challenges are and how to solve them.
Amazing. I think in our space, we're not only empathizing with our students and with our clients, but our mission is to create empathetic future healthcare providers. So how we're doing that through our clinic simulations, also bringing in subject matter experts, really embedding cultural competency, diversity, and inclusion and within our curriculum. We believe that is super important as not only developing empathetic leaders, but definitely helping with patient outcomes and direct patient care.
What is an example of a situation where being specifically empathetic with maybe a customer or somebody you talked to helped you learn something important for the business? I guess we can go that way.
Sure. That's a great question. I think one example is really I like to use is active listening. So I actively listen to my clients and industry partners. So our students are really lacking that accessible factor within their training. And we understood that, and we really went on full force, and we built out programs that foster accessibility, that allow for training on demand, accelerated, with a wonderful feedback loop. So we really took the time to actively listen, and I believe that is equivalent to empathy. Empathy is all about listening and understanding and educating yourself. What does your market, what do they truly need? And if you really, really understand that and listen to their pain points, you're going to build an empathetic brand that not only fosters your clientele, but also humanizes your organization.
Can you think of a specific person that you spoke to, like somebody who did just change the way you thought about how you were doing things?
Yeah, definitely. So recently, a student of ours came to me and said, "Listen, I went to community college. I couldn't fit this into my schedule. But you guys are really, you're catering to me and all my busy schedule. So I'm a mom. I want to become a doctor, but it's nearly impossible. But your training has helped me get my foot in the door. Your simulations are so helpful, and I've learned so much. And that truly is because we listened. We understood the problem." Go ahead, Shab.
Yeah, and I also want to add that the accessibility factor allows us to reach communities, underserved communities, marginalized communities, and that is a testament to, like Shay mentioned, the accessibility or simulation-based products. We believe that that is our goal. We want to bring our products and services to the forefront, our immersive learning experiences, because we believe that everyone should have access to high quality education and everyone should be able to, get their foot in the door regardless of where you live or your financial capabilities.
I'll share a slightly different example because obviously I'm coming from an agency background, so it's slightly different. And so we don't have one specific customer that we're looking after. Our clients are the brands that we work with. And I'll talk about our TikTok channel. So it's very important to us to speak to a younger audience. We want to attract great young people into our business. We're a social agency. It's very important to connect with young people because they are, reality is they are the ones creating the content and they understand how that all works. The best way that we've found of approaching them is through just creating relatable content on our TikTok channel. And it's we've got one of our youngest members of the team creating content. I've given her total free reign. I've said to her, just go for it. You create whatever you like. She came to me the other day with this sad hamster meme thing. And she was like, I'm going to post this on our TikTok. Am I cool to do that? And I was like, I mean, it's utterly ridiculous, but brilliant. Like, go for it. Fine. I laughed. And it's gone viral and everything else, and that's all great. Every single time our TikTok channel goes viral, we get a huge spike in careers inquiries into our inbox. And that, to me, we're doing our job in that respect. We really value young people. We give them apprenticeships, we give them lots of work experience, paid internships. It's an essential part of how we build the agency. And even down to, we've had people come in for work experience who've said to us, oh my God, it's like mixed celebrities. Like, you guys, I watch your TikTok channels, which is ludicrous because we don't have a huge following, but we just seem to have kind of tapped into that audience. And though it's those kids who are transforming our business and changing our brand. So
we're a bit different than everyone because we do culturally competent certification for healthcare providers, and we've made that we've created that through an LMS system, so we can really have large impact in a short amount of time with physicians. One thing in particular, one person comes to mind. We had a doctor at one of our hospitals who was from India and had no idea about the black maternal epidemic in the United States. And it was like black women are 4 times more likely to die than anyone else during birth and postpartum. And here's a doctor who said, I had no idea. And why do you think this is happening? And I was like, how much time do you have? But in that, I realized we have to really target medical schools and residents because they're coming. We have a hard time here in the United States identifying with systemic racism in healthcare, but doctors coming from other countries actually don't have a foundation in the understanding of it. So I feel like that helped us find a new customer, being residents and medical schools.
Yeah, I'd love to add to that. So for us, we also find cultural competency, diversity, and inclusion is very important to embed within our curriculum. Just because as future healthcare providers, we believe it's so important to have empathy towards all of your patients. So we actually bring subject matter experts to host webinars on these very important topics. And Shay, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, definitely. I think education is so critical, just as you mentioned. So educating and providing valuable resources and making it on demand and readily available, it's so critical for the betterment of the people that you serve and the industry experts that work with you. So I love that you all are doing that, because you're promoting education, you're providing resources that are so critical, and we do the same thing, and that's really at the forefront of how we operate our business. We want to educate and really enhance the quality of our education.
Okay, we got about 5 minutes. Briefly, what can a jerk male CEO do to turn the company more empathetic? What's the first step?
So we don't think that men are jerks. There are counterparts. So men, we work with so many male individuals, and we're powerhouses. We're female entrepreneurs, but we love men, and we work right alongside them, and we see that together we're better. And I've seen that they uplift us, and we uplift them. So men are not jerks. We need men.
I have a bit of a
Just as much as we need women. Yeah, just as much as they need us.
I have a bit of a different perspective. I feel like men have to advocate for equality, for cultural competency, for gender equality, for all of it, especially white males. Sorry, you guys. But you're in the positions, and a lot of times, to move the needle forward, and you don't. So it's super important to look at your staff, those who work for you, those who work next to you, those who work under you, and make sure that while they're improving the outcomes of your business, you're some way or somehow improving their lives. You can't start with your consumer if you don't treat your employees well, if you don't have empathy for your employees. And I think it starts with the home team, right? And it goes from the head down. And once the CEO sets that standard, everyone else will in your company.
I read a really interesting stat literally just this morning about there's a boardroom, let's say, and there's 15% of the people in the boardroom are female, and the man's perspective on that typically, I can't remember what the study was, so I'll look it up and share it at some point. The psychology of that in that moment of the men in that room is that is adequate. Like, that is the equivalent, because women aren't used to and recognized for sort of speaking up. So if we are speaking up and we do have a loud voice, then it is often sort of recognized that we're almost overbearing in that respect. At 33%, it's like the psychology is that they don't see it that way. They think that it's equal. It's like 50% of women in the room. You can literally, I need to find the stats and share them with you, because I'm not doing a very good job of articulating them. But yeah, it's an interesting psychology of how just women aren't used to speaking up and using our voices in that way. So as much as I agree it's important for men to give us the space to be able to do that, but I also think we as women have and it's really important to us to empower ourselves and feel that we have the right to be in that room and to speak up.
So at ACT, we actually have a predominantly women-run company, and it's amazing. We're all powerhouses. We all uplift each other, but we are actually bringing on a lot of males, and I've learned so much from them. They've taken so amazing direction from us, and I just think that like I said, we can definitely learn from men. I think femininity is very powerful, especially as two CEOs, and I believe in equality. I think we can all learn and grow with each other.
I think we're good here. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you. Yeah, sure.
I just have to say this. It's very, very, very beautiful to hear from two beautiful girls like you guys, like giving male empowerment. I feel like every person that you talk to nowadays are like, oh, men's are this, men's are that. But how would that make a better world? How would devaluing men's would make a better world? It's like we need each other.
Yeah. I think, yeah. I think that you definitely need men and women, we need to work together. We need to uplift each other. And when you have that direction, I think the world is a better place and there's no power struggle. When you really come out and teach, so we educate each other, we learn, you got to listen. And there's jerks on both sides, honestly. So I can't say that one is better than the other. We're both amazing, and you can't have men without women, and you can't have women without men. So we need to uplift each other and love thy neighbor.
Oh my God, if it was that simple. If it was just that simple.
It is that simple for me.
I think that black women make 30, I don't want to say this that March, maybe 60% to every white man's dollar. Latinas make something like 40 something percent to every white man's dollar. It doesn't have to do with personalities. Equality is not around personalities. Empathy is not around personalities. It's around outcomes and impact. So yeah, maybe you're a great person. Maybe you're a great person. Maybe you're a jerk. That has nothing to do with the impact that's created when women are given equal rights. So we can sit here and talk about beauty being a standard to improve something, or we can talk about women's lives actually improving through equality. So.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys want to get your photo? And then next up.